Yo, welcome back to another video. I am recording like 5-6 videos in this same setting, so be ready for the same setting for a while. Today's video is going to be showing the last trade I ever took as of right now for the year. It is currently December 20th and I still haven't taken a trade since this trade. So this trade, it was only 50 pips. So the 10k day was about 100 pips in this trade, and again referencing back to a few videos on why I like trading funded accounts. Of course everyone would love to trade a funded account, but this is the prime example and the prime power of a funded account compared to a challenge. And in my opinion, if I'm making 2-3 bands pretty reliably, pretty consistently, because I'm not chasing the big mega trade, I would rather do that because I know, all right, we're right. And the whole point is to be right. And if you want to scale in to make, let's say, 2-3 positions of the same lot size and then make it a 9-10k day on this size account, I wouldn't recommend that, but you could do that as well. The whole point in this industry is to be in the right direction at the right time. And if you're doing that consistently, quite well, very reliably, you're doing a great job. That's my whole goal. So in this situation, I did make 50 pips in this trade, allowing me to make $2,600 for my last trade of the year. And we're going to the breakdown right now. The 15th of that Friday, it was a very simple sell at resistance because that's just what it was. So looking back in time, let's go back to the daily. So the daily price, the daily it was all daily work. So I was just looking at this area of interest right here. That's all I was looking at. That's all I was looking for. And this was a soft cushion that I seen that price wanted to potentially reflect that. And if you want to look at the line chart, it's perfect, even better. Here, 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 even perfect. You see the sharp turns equals opportunities. So I'll go on a smaller time frame. The 4 hour is where price most definitely could do something at. Obviously adjusting to the current times, this is most definitely where area of interest is going to be at, but we're going to keep it there because obviously that's the higher time frame. That's where it matters the most. And obviously if price is below this area, we definitely know that it either wants to sell, and if it's above it, you definitely know price wants to buy. In the current situations, as like I said, this is resistance. That is resistance. We're going to leave that there just because obviously that is the current situation, but this obviously already happened. But in this situation, we are looking for that area of interest, and that's why I did end up selling here originally. When it got to 2 o'clock, that's when we took our trade. 2 o'clock is when I usually trade. So 2 o'clock, I took my position right, boom, boom, right there. Wait, no, not there, but when price got to that point, boom. So now I'm in the position. Yes, it did end up turning around. It was quite annoying, I will say that. But on the 30, next time I'll learn. Obviously on the 30, I'm gonna need the 30 minutes to close below. But price did end up turning around quite heavily, but I did recognize that price potentially just could retest this area of interest of this very squishy zone right here. So I'm not too worried about it because obviously this has my back. So on a continuation to the downside, we had a massive push to the downside. This does look like a small trade, but trust me, this was a 57 pip trade. And then after price actually had this massive push down here, I'm just going to move this over for the sake of it. I did end up going back to normal risk. I did end up widening the risk just a little bit for this trade. On the continuation to the downside, I did end up taking the trade, as you see. And when price got to this point, I did end up getting in right here, but it was a false breakout. Or right here, but false. Price had a false breakout, but I did end up catching basically at the important part of the trade. And then after that, I did end up moving my stop loss right here like normal, and then it ended up obviously being typically a 1 to 3 because that's the typical number for the 100k account. For me to have a 1 to 3 is about 3 grand. So obviously, and then price had a huge meltdown, and then when price typically slowed down, that's when I decided to obviously get out because I did end up just liking my profit. I didn't get out here. I got out when I woke up, and that was, I got out right there. Boom, right there. That's exactly when I got out. and that was the setup. So this was the setup that ended up making 2.6K on my 100K funded account. And mind you, my TP max was, my take profit max was down here, which is plenty of profit, especially when price decides to break this area. I definitely wanted price to hit this area of interest due to the fact that potentially it could most definitely do so, or this area right here. I definitely wanted some area down there because price, once price broke below this area, price could most definitely continue on the downside. And I just decided to take profit because almost 2.6K looked good, and that's exactly what I wanted, and that's exactly what I needed. So I was like, all right, cool. So I wasn't being greedy, so I just took my profits. It was up 1 to 2.5, and I was like, cool, whatever. So honestly, quick, short, simple explanation, but that was the last trade I did end up taking, and that was a trade that basically ended off my Christmas basically for the year. And if there is a good position, like I said, I will probably entertain it, and if it makes sense, I will try to attempt to sell. And if it makes money, if it makes sense, it makes money. So that's it for this video. That is it for the 2.5K, and honestly, it was a pretty simple setup. I can't really complain. So this was the last trade that put me up, 2.2K on a withdrawal, and that's really it. So that was the breakdown of my 2.6K day, and my withdrawal is on the way. That rhymed for no reason. I can do it any day. What did you talk about? So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. I am not doing any more withdrawal videos because I just showed you the one withdrawal. I don't find a reason to do it anymore. If you want another withdrawal video, let me know. I don't really care. But if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like. I will be withdrawing this 2.6K to end off the year that I know of right now. But if there is another position that makes sense to take, I will take the trade. I have not been trading due to the fact that it is Q4, the end of the year. But into my experience, my eyes, I have seen nothing wrong besides crazy spikes during news event, and that is quite normal. Sometimes there is a crazy random spike, but as of right now, this is just normal trading, I guess. But if there's Q1, 2, and 3 is going to be really good conditions, I can't wait to be rich then. That is today's video. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Definitely subscribe if you're new. We're on the way. I'm not ashamed to say this at all. 100 subscribers, so subscribe. So I'll see you boys and ladies in the next video.